Thanks for coming on. It is 8 o'clock, so we will get going. My name is Jason Pratt. I'm the club manager of the Cascade Swim Club. Everybody knows, or very likely knows, the lady beside me. That's Jackie Pratt. She is the head of our development programs. So this is our parent meeting for the Olympic Way and JAG programs. Just a couple housekeeping items for everybody so that you're aware. We are recording this meeting so that if there is anybody that needs to reference it, the meeting go back.
I see that? Is that who's
Or is unable to attend, they can catch it on our YouTube channel. Aside from that, I would ask everybody to please mute. So if everybody could please mute your microphones and just keep your cameras off. There will be an opportunity if you have any questions to ask later. I would ask that if anything comes up during the meeting, just put it in the chat. Likely we will deal with it throughout the meeting, but if we don't, we'll make sure that we look at the chat box and answer all those questions. So we will get ourselves underway.
Hi, Evan.
Is that Mr. Clausen?
And get moving with our meeting here tonight. So we have just a few things to go over, some introductions. We'll just a reminder about the office and admin contacts. This is more for our new members. It's all same information as you would have seen before. Talk a little bit about the JAG and Olympic Way program, specifically equipment, training calendar, or the meet calendar, how you find that information on the website. A little bit about the Safe Sport Code of Conduct, and package of policies that we have in place with the club, bingos and points. So the Cascade office staff, everybody is likely aware of all of this information already. Myself, club manager, Jen Bathke, the office manager, she deals with the accounting, the bookkeeping. She sends you your pro forma invoices 5 days before billing at the end of each month. Ella Wilson is the face, the voice, and the person at the end of the email, any sort of communications, and the front office person. And we're located at the MNP Community and Sports Center, which is just south of downtown. Office hours consistently are Tuesday from 10 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon, or Thursday 4:30 to 7. And we do have additional hours that during sales or other events, and we try to make those times available early on for everybody so that they know. Equipment. That's the first item that we're going to be talking about. Just some generic stuff, and then Coach Jackie will talk a little bit more about the specifics, but you just mark all of your equipment, please. It is more likely to make its way back to you or to your swimmer if it is marked with Cascade and their name. And the reason why we say that is that there are a lot of different user groups at the facilities that we train at. Other swim teams and so on. We have a great working relationship with the guards and staff at our facilities. If they see it as marked with Cascade, for sure it'll make its way back to us. It is better if it's also marked with the name, and then that way we can easier find who that belongs to. Full kitting is available in the office. Kitting for the swimmers, it's t-shirts. Everybody, if you haven't gotten one yet, you should be getting one this week. Team suits, team caps, track pants, parkas, and hoodies, all available in the office. That's all part of your mandatory kit package. And so we would ask you to make sure that you get that, if you don't have it already, that you get it very soon. Team gear and team Cascade Day for this program is on Fridays. And on Fridays, Coach will send out reminders, but it's the day that we ask the swimmers to ensure they're wearing their suits, their t-shirts, their caps, and so on. They can bring whatever else that they like, but while they're there and at the pool, they're in their Cascade gear. So more specifically, as we talk about equipment and training equipment, I will pass that off to Coach Jackie to talk about some of the specifics.
Okay, so I already did send this in an email to everyone previously, but just quickly again, that team training suit just for Fridays. So we want that Cascade suit for Cascade days on Fridays at the pools. And everyone does need a board. A lot of the kids don't have boards yet. We sometimes can borrow the boards, I think more so at Canyon Meadows, but most of these programs are out of Seton now. And when the Seton programs start up, their lesson programs start up, there's not usually any boards left for us. So it is important that the kids have their own board at practice. The snorkels are a big one. We use the snorkels a lot. So this is for all groups, Olympic Way and all the JAG groups. The snorkel's a great training tool. And I do understand, one of our coaches actually works at Team Aquatic Supplies, and she did tell me there's a shortage on junior snorkels at the moment. So as soon as you're able to get your hands on that snorkel, that's important. And it is important that it's a swimmer's snorkel and it goes straight up from their forehead. It's not to be confused with a diver's mask and snorkel. We did have one of those come to the pool, and so you just want to make sure that it's for swimming, competitive swimmers. There is a thing called a freestyle snorkel, and that one curves over the head. And we don't want that one because we can only use it for freestyle. So we use our snorkels for everything except for backstroke, obviously. But so we want to be able to use it for all strokes. So it's important that the snorkel itself is straight, going up
Over their head.
over their
straight over their head.
Yeah. So that's the one we want. Hand paddles. Hand paddles for JAG Gold and JAG Blue only. And they can. Okay, so I found this old paddle at home here, and sorry, my dog chewed it, but it'll serve its purpose. So when you, I have asked that they have the stroke maker paddle, and so it looks different than this, but essentially the tubing is the same. So it's important that the kids come to the pool with their paddles assembled. So some of them are still sitting in the bag. So with the stroke maker paddle, you have to cut the tubing to fit the wrist and over their finger. Now, the paddles look a little bit different from this one, but essentially all you have to do is measure and make sure there's about this much length pass so that the kids can just adjust it and get their hand in and then tighten it. So there's no need to tie knots here, but you have to make sure there's enough room so they can get it on and off and it's not falling out all the time. So sometimes these are cut too short, and then unfortunately you have to buy more tubing to make it fit. So it's important that's how they go. And all you have to do is slide it in the hole, and that's all that needs to happen for the paddles. And it is okay if their hand is going over the paddle. Okay, we don't like this paddle is big enough for myself. All right, so it's okay if the fingers are protruding over top. Doesn't mean the paddle's too small. We use the paddles for stroke correction, and it's not for anything other than that. We use them from time and time again. I do like to use them sometimes, so we want to make sure they're assembled for practice. And like Jason said, just make sure everything is labeled really well, because a lot of the kids are using the same snorkels, and it has happened on many occasions. Someone puts the wrong snorkel in their mouth. So we really don't want that to happen. As organized as we try and stay during practice, they pile their stuff on their kickboard, and it happens. Someone grabs the wrong snorkel and puts it in their mouth, and then that's it for that. So it's important that it's labeled, and
even if it's not labeled with permanent marker, put a sticker on the snorkel or your paddle. There's lots of waterproof ones out there, or a piece of duct tape lasts an awful long time, just so that
it's easily identifiable.
Yep.
And then, sorry, for dryland, the JAG Whites and the Olympic Ways, they do their dryland portion on the pool deck right before they swim. So they're fine to come out in their swimsuit and do dryland in their training suit. There are mats provided on deck for them. For the JAG Gold and JAG Blue swimmers, as you know, we require a yoga mat for the gym. We have had a few swimmers arrive without running shoes or wearing Crocs, that sort of thing. So we are running every time we're in the gym. So it's important they have running shoes on their feet and, you know, no blue jeans, that sort of thing. So they have to be in proper gym attires, or throw a pair of shorts and a t-shirt or sweatpants in their bag, or they can arrive that way, whatever's quickest. But just make sure it's something they can comfortably exercise in. The JAG Gold and JAG Blues also require tennis balls. We use them once in a while and they're kind of fun to use. The junior pull boy and the fins. So with the fins, we prefer a soft blade fin, like something that's very flexible so they can kick fast and it's not gonna really torque on their ankles. So it should be a short fin or a softer silicone fin. They are making those arena fins to fit smaller feet now, so those are great. They're a little bit more expensive, but it's important that they don't have a big stiff blade, because that we don't want to you know, we don't want ankle injuries or anything like that. But
So the fins that you would get at a rec store, department store, are not like diving or recreational fins. It's not really what they're what we are looking for. You should get these fins. You should look at Team Aquatic Supplies, because they have the specialized fins for competitive swimming and training for competitive swimming. And as Jackie said, they do have plenty of options, or at least a few options, with the silicone fins, which are very soft and flexible, or the short bladed rubber fins. So
okay, so are we on to racing suits, or
I think that would be just part of equipment. You can do that here. Yeah.
oh, okay, so I just wanted to quickly talk about racing suits. So the technical racing suits are a no-no at this level. So I did send out an article about this last spring. It is important that the kids at this stage, at this age and this level of swimming, are not wearing technical suits. So if anyone arrives to a swim meet in a racing suit, we will ask them to take it off. It's important that we don't start to get into that at this level. They're still learning so much. And for many reasons, one of which they're costly, and you can save yourself a buck by not going down that road. So I would definitely avoid, well, in fact, they're not allowed. So we won't allow the kids to wear racing suits at the meets at this level, at all the JAG levels and the Olympic way level. It's something they can probably look forward to when they go to the championship program. You know, when they're swimming at a different level and they have more muscle mass, the functionality of the suits really only works on kids who have, you know, are further developed physically, and it's it doesn't really serve us any purpose. And like I said, they're costly, and we want the kids to sort of take ownership of their training and how they're performing based on the work that they've put in themselves, and not we don't want them to start thinking about racing suits yet.
So the
Yeah.
Cascade Poly training suit
Yes.
is the Cascade racing suit for all JAG and Olympic way levels.
Yeah, and those Cascade suits they can wear to practice and to meet, so they can wear them on Fridays for team day, and they can race in them all year. I mean, I think they hold up pretty good. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay. So next, we're just going to talk a little bit about the calendar, both the training and the competition calendar. What you're seeing here on your screen right now is what in this case, the JAG White calendar looks like for October on the Cascade website. So we're just going to show you how to get to that and how to maneuver around that. Oops.
So I did send the instructions on how to get in here in an email to everyone, but we'll just quickly show you in case you haven't had an opportunity to do that. We do have the calendar completed right till June, right up to June. So
So I'm just going to share that. So what you're seeing on your screen now is, in this particular case, this is the JAG, let's make it the JAG Gold calendar. This is October, and you should be able to see the various training sessions. If you just hover over the green text, it will show you the particulars for that event. If you look at Thanksgiving as an example, Monday the 9th, you'll see that there is no practice. If you were to go down to the 21st, which is your first competition, Saturday the 21st, you'll see that this is a Summit, the Halloween Howler, happening at the Seton YMCA pool. So this link took you directly to the calendar, but if you wanted to get to it yourself from the home page, what you would just do is here on the home page, if you just make your way down to the events, either team events or bingos, but you click on this more events, it takes you to a calendar list, but then it's here under general. And general gives you a traditional calendar view. You can toggle the months, you can toggle the various rosters, JAG Blue in this case, and you'll see all of the practices listed, all of the summits listed. And if you want to go through this the entire year, all of the practices, all of the breaks, all of the summits are listed on this calendar on the website. You can see the Cochrane Cup in November. You see the Sandy Ferris Age Group Challenge in December. You see the beginning of the winter break. All of those pieces, all of those details are listed here on the website for you. Now, just that said, when it comes to summits and events, this is just a general placeholder for you to know and understand, well, this weekend is something is coming. You will get details on all of these events as we get a little bit closer to them in the season.
And everyone should have received details in case you are brand new to competitions with us. Details on how to sign your swimmer up for a meet. Most of you on this call have done it for possibly more than a year, but just we thought we would skip by that on the meeting, but please watch that if you're unsure of how to do that.
Yeah. So, and just, I think we're going to just talk a little bit about the meets, the
Yeah.
entries and events. So.
Yeah, so when you are signing your swimmer up for meet, just declare them yes or no. Leave a note if there's any special details we need to know about, like they're going to be late, or they can only swim one day of the meet, or whatever that might be. I will see the notes in the notes section when I'm doing the entries, and it is important that we're not selecting events for the swimmers. The coaches will do that. And we, for various reasons, we like to be able to do that at this level. When the kids get older into the champ and performance programs, there will be more of that where the swimmers can go in and select their own events. And so that's something we will sorry, are you going to deal with that now?
In a minute.
Okay. So yeah, just please don't select events. If your swimmer is saying, I really want to swim 50 fly or whatever it is, tell them to come and talk to us, and they can tell us, that if there's a special event they want to try, and probably we'll let them do that. It's important that it comes from them, and mom and dad are not pushing to, sign them up for 100 fly because it's hard. But just please avoid that at all together. Just declare them, and don't forget to press saves to make sure they're in there. But also, if you want to leave a note saying so and so would like to try 200 back this time, by all means, leave a note. That'd be great.
So what you're just seeing there now on your screen are the events for the year. And those are just broken up by the month. Some of them are for all of the groups, everyone. Some are just for the JAG Gold, JAG Blue. Some are JAG White and Olympic Way. It's all listed there. But all of those, and this is just a snapshot, so you see the entire season at one glance. But all of them are on your calendar. And we did just have a question about the team hike that's coming up, which is, I believe, this weekend. If you wanted to address
the team hike is just for the JAG Gold and JAG Blue swimmers is what we decided this year. Yeah, and that's on Saturday if you haven't already responded to your coach whether you're gonna come or not. But it was really fun last year, so that's for JAG Gold and JAG Blue. Just getting back to the meets, there are a couple of meets that I just wanted to quickly mention. We won't go through all of them, but there is a fundamentals meet December 16th, and so this meet has typically been in November, a month earlier. It is a drive to Canmore. It's a lovely meet out there. It's always a really fun meet. We have typically sent Olympic Way and Junior Olympic Way to that meet. It is moved now to December 16th this year, so it is the weekend, you know, sort of before Christmas and right after the Sandy Ferris meet. So we're kind of up in the air about whether or not we're going to attend that one. One of my other thoughts was around December, we often have swimmers who are, you know, last minute trying to qualify for Winter Festival. So it could be an opportunity to do some events that maybe they didn't swim at Sandy Ferris. So we haven't decided on this one yet. I will certainly keep you posted on that one. So that's the December 16th fundamentals in Canmore. We will let you know what we decide. And then I'll just quickly mention Winter Festival. Most of you are aware, but for Winter Festival, or for the festival meets, there's one in the winter and there's a summer one in June. The swimmers do have to qualify for that meet. You only are required to have one qualifying time to attend. It's a 2-day meet. It's a Saturday, Sunday meet. It's a really fun meet. It is for 11 and under boys and 10 and under girls only. But you do have to qualify to attend. If you get one qualifying time, you can swim all of the events. It's not that you only get to swim that event, but I just wanted to put that out there now. I don't think the standards are set yet, right? We're still waiting on that. So
they're coming out shortly.
Yeah, so we haven't seen this year's festival standards yet. I think they're telling us October 15th or something, right? So middle of October, we're hoping to see that, and then the kids will know they can set some goals if that's what they're striving for. So that's festival. The other thing is provincial trials. So provincial trials is March 1st to 3rd. And provincial trials, again, the swimmers must qualify to attend that meet. It's kind of the next level up from festival, I would describe it that way. And then yeah, so that they also have to qualify for that meet. I think last year we had maybe 3, I think we had 4 swimmers at provincial trials last year. And yeah. So just so you have an idea, it's a bit more challenging to qualify for. Some of the meets, for example, Dino Cup, we have JAG White listed here and JAG Gold. But a Dino Cup also has the same age category. So they have to, it's 11 and under boys and 10 and under girls only. So always for the 11 and over girls and 12 and over boys, we're looking for other meets for them to attend. So we will, hopefully we've got a meet for everybody. I think we do. Stephen Brown will be our last meet for JAG Gold and JAG Blue, unless those swimmers qualify for summer provincials. And summer provincials is the end of July. the Olympic Way and JAG White swimmers will finish June 14th. Unless they qualify for Summer Festival, then they can continue and race that weekend, the 15th and 16th, and then they'll be done after that. I think that was it.
Okay.
Any questions about?
So there's just a question about the meets that are coming up. So the meet in Cochrane at the end of November,
Yeah.
and all of the meets that are on our calendar, you will get complete detail for those events when we have all of that information ready to send. You would have already received one email with meet information from the club office for the fall fundamentals meet or the UCSE startup, just depending on actually, sorry, you wouldn't have received the fall fundamentals. I think you would have seen the UCSE fall startup if you have perhaps a swimmer in an older group. But all of this meet information will be coming to you very shortly. When it is a meet later in the calendar, the details come to you about 4 or 5 weeks in advance. So beyond putting up the calendar now in a general way and listing the events on the calendar, all of the fine detail, such as the location, exact times, and so on, those will come to you about a month or 5 weeks in advance of the actual event. Okay. Good on the calendar?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So just next, the pass at Seton is just an update for everybody. It's a bit of a challenge sometimes with some of our facilities and just timely communication. So our intent had been to have all of our swimmers with a little bag tag pass they could have and carry with them to the pool. That's not quite ready yet. We just got this at the end of last week, but just have a copy on your if your child has a mobile phone on their phone, or print a copy off that they can carry with them. Just understand that at the building, at the Seton YMCA, if they appear to be 12 years of age and older, they may be asked for picture ID. Picture ID, such as school ID, will suffice. It's just one of their facility rules. But having these passes will make it a little bit easier getting through the gate. And a lot of times there's coaches and groups of other Cascade swimmers all going down at the same time.
And I will just mention, we did have a comment. I had a comment from one of the staff at the Y of parents going down with their swimmer and then going for a swim. And so it is important that, you know, if we're just assisting our swimmer down to the pool deck if they're late, or for whatever reason you're going through with them, it is important that you do come back and then you're not going to have a free swim, because they do watch us. And so yeah, we really can't abuse that. So it's important that, I mean, I know many of us are already members, and that's the case for most of us. So
yeah, for clarification,
yeah.
this pass is for the swimmers and access to our program. It is not a family pass to access the facility when your swimmer is there.
Excellent.
Okay. Communication.
Yeah, so I guess, you know, it's nice. We do have this 24-hour rule in place, and I think it's important. I think it across the board, you know, things come up, incidents might occur. Somebody might come home from swimming crying. Who know, you know, things happen, and as well staffed we are on the pool deck, we don't hear everything. We don't always see everything in the change rooms and that sort of stuff. So if something occurs at the pool, an incident, and your swimmer is coming home crying, you know, we like to just keep this 24-hour rule before contacting or reaching out to the coaches. Give it 24 hours. And then I just feel like we all communicate a little bit better when we're calm and when things have settled down. So we like to just, if you could please, you know, if there is an incident, or unless it's an absolute emergency and we need to know about it now, just keep that in mind.
Yeah, and like I said, we're all parents around the table. We all understand, that when something happens and a child is upset or emotions are running high, we know how that can affect us, and we do understand that. But that is also why this 24-hour rule is in place, just so that those feelings, if they get elevated or put in check, and give it a breath, and then reach out to your coach. And
yeah, and on another, and on this note, the coaches, we have all talked to the kids about what to do if you see something happen in the change room, or something goes on, and you feel like something that is not right, please come and share that with your coach immediately. If whatever it is, you forgot your swimsuit, or you saw something happen, you saw somebody vaping in the change room, this has happened. So come and tell us. We have communicated this to the kids to share these things with us, if any, so hopefully they feel comfortable that they can do that. And for sure that will, just help things run smoothly. Just send them our way. And the same goes for swim meets. When we're at swim meets, some kids are dealing with nervousness, or they're anxious about being there. Goggles break, cap rips, these sorts of things. They do need to learn to come and come to their coaches, or reach out to their swimming friends for help, rather than go to mom and dad who won't be available, at a swim meet. So we want them to be independent that way, and do that sort of stuff.
Yep. And just as regards to communication, generally speaking, email would be the preferred method of communication. We know that cell numbers, mobile numbers are out and available. Understand, though, that the coaching staff are not available 24 hours a day. They're not available on the weekends and late in the evenings, just because we have the ability to communicate via text message. It's most of the communication is better left to regular business hours sort of day, and through email. The staff, whether it's Jackie or some of the others, perhaps at school, that everybody has stuff that they're also doing, and they're busy and so on. And we just ask you to respect their time and know and understand that they are not available at all hours of the day or all days of the week. So that's communication. Just quickly, and we won't go into it in too much detail here and now, because you'll be getting further information on it, but we do have a package of safe sport policies inside of our organization, which includes ability to contact the safe sport officer for the club is one of our board members. Some of our older groups have specific safe sport officers designated for their group. We have an athlete code of conduct, which was all signed off by the parents, the parent code of conduct. Respect in Sport is a program that we have been a part of as an organization. Everybody is up for renewal. So if you've not done it, well, you're doing it this year. If you've done it last year, you're doing it again this year, because it is time for renewal. And we're also running some Dare to Care sessions for the athletes later on in this fall. And it's all a part of the package of safe sport policies that we have inside of the club. So more information on that will be forthcoming. Quickly on bingos and points. Bingo coordinator Vera Sear, I believe she is on the call. She can be reached at bingo@cascadeswimming.com. We will be sending some more information about the bingos out to our families, but just know that it is not a mandatory piece of your membership here with the club. It's completely optional. It is a way of putting money into your account to pay for kit, to pay for swim meet entries, or whatever it is that you would like. And they're available on our website, signing up just the same way you would sign up for a swim meet. So there'll be a little bit more information that will come to you on that. Officiating and points, there was a video link that was sent out today. I would encourage you, if you've not had a chance to look at it, to please look at it. Just take you to that link here, so you can just see where it is. We won't watch the video, but I'll show you where it goes. So this is the start of the video for part of our educational series, the same series that held the videos that were signing up for a swim meet, and also how to do your Swimming Canada registration is part of the same thing. So the information on points, what that all entails, is there. The points roadmap that you can see here on your screen now. We did use the JAG Blue and JAG Gold programs as an example as to how many points you'll have in each session, which is a fall session, a winter session, and a spring session, 3 throughout the year, how many points you'll be assigned, and how you can volunteer to work those points off at hosted swim meets. Hosted swim meets do require an awful lot of effort by an awful lot of people, as I think that almost everybody here has been to a swim meet before. You'll have seen how many people it takes to run a swim meet, and how many volunteers you have on the pool deck to make it happen. Some of you have been able to go to swim meets where there's been no commitment on your part to volunteer and be a part of it, and then that's great. It gave you a bit of an opportunity to see how things run. But now, as a member of Olympic Way or the JAG program, we do have some obligations on your part to help us put on those events for all of our swimmers who attend and all of the swimmers who come from other programs. So tonight or tomorrow morning, you will be receiving an email that goes into detail of the points program. There's a question about taking your online course. All of that information is in the email that's forthcoming tonight, tomorrow morning, and we'll explain where you can go and register. You will have likely received an email from Swimming Canada for you as a parent and an official to activate your account for officiating this year. That is the first part of getting your officiating requirements done, is activating your account, and then more information about the courses that are available, how you can do it online or how you can do it in person, are coming in the email a little bit later. Okay. So these are the Cascade hosted swim meets. This is all available on our website for the season. A lot of them you saw in the meet calendar that we showed you, that was for the Olympic Way and JAG programs. But we have one single session event in October. There's a multi-day event in November, a large 3-day event in December, a single day long course event. The JAG and Olympic Way programs are not participating in that, although you're more than welcome to volunteer to work off your points. Then we have in February a 2-day event at Seton, the Western Trans Mountain Festival. In March, there's a single day fundamentals. In May, there's a 2-day, it's a 2-session spring fundamentals. And then we have the CSI and the Mini Pro at the end of May and beginning of June. So those are the hosted events. If you're with our program last year, you'll know that we had a extremely popular end of July hosted event for the club, but that's not something that we're participating in this year. That event that we hosted is being hosted in Edmonton this year, so it doesn't impact the club or anything that our volunteers are going to be asked to do. Points requirements. This is not this year's points. This is last year's points, but it's just there to show you. And you'll see this information in the video when you watch it, and in the email that comes as to what the points look like. But last year we did have 4 sessions. That's why you'll see, as an example here, the performance program at 33 points over the course of the season. They were divided up by the fall at 6, the winter at 9, the spring at 8, and then the summer at 11. So there is no summer session. Points are more or less the same as they were last year, but just spread out a little bit differently. Okay. This again is in the video. It's in the information that you will be receiving. But as a reminder, as part of the fine print of the points program, there is a fines and penalties for not completing your points. It's $100 a point. Any no-shows or cancellations within 48 hours of the event, it's a $150 fine per shift. And all shifts must be completed in order to receive your points for working them. Now, I'm just going to check here before we go to questions, if we've got anything in the chat that we didn't address.
I think that.
Oh.
Yeah, I see Stacy's question. I can definitely send out the document, the list of swim meets. We can do that.
Oh, so a question regarding points, JAG level. So JAG blue and gold, their points are the same. JAG white, their points are a little bit different. JAG white and Olympic way carry the same points allocation, but JAG gold and JAG blue are the same, grouped together, and JAG white and Olympic way are a different set of points. The short fins, pretty much right from Olympic way. We actually use the short fins in the swim school and the junior Olympic way program. So Olympic way and we'll all be using the short fins.
Deciding on Canmore. Well, we have to decide soon because we sort of have to let them know we're coming. So I mean, hopefully within the next month we'll know what we're going to do with that meet for sure.
So is there any competition for parents on trying to sign up for volunteering? First to sign up wins. You know, that's being a little bit glib, but it is a first come, first serve basis for signing up for points. And we do go into that in the explanation of that a little bit in the video. But when we give everybody plenty of advance warning as to when it's opening, it's typically 8 o'clock in the evening, so that everybody's had a chance to get home from work, bring their kids home from the pool, have dinner, and then there's a little bit of free time to sit down and do it. We are opening up for the fall season. We're opening up all of the events at the same time. So if something doesn't work for you, you can find it at another session or another competition that's being offered. And at any time, you know, if you are being challenged with finding something, you can reach out to the office. But as I said, the system works on a first come, first served basis.
In regards to the Olympic way question, I know it's challenging. The 4 p.m. start is early for many families. I see that some of the kids are trickling in a little bit late, and that's kind of always the way it's been. Olympic way has typically always started at 4, and it honestly just a reality of how many lanes are available to us in that window of time from 4 to 7. So we don't have another option for Olympic way start time, unfortunately. The good news is they're sort of doing, you know, activation and dry land in that first 15 minutes. So they're typically not getting in the water till about 4:15. So hopefully you're not missing too much of the practice.
Yeah. So just there's a question about the points and confirming JAG White and Olympic Way. And yes, JAG White and Olympic Way are the same. What's on the website, if you notice, it says a 22-23 season, and it's just listed there as an example. So when that switches over, when we're ready to put up all of the information for 23-24, and it should be forthcoming in a day or two. And the reason why it just takes a moment is it is all based, the points allocation is all based on numbers. So as registration and numbers change, it does impact the points allocation. And so we were waiting to see if there were going to be any final changes or moves. And it does look like it is settled as we're towards the end of the really of the second week, because programs started to begin on the 10th, 11th, 12th, and then JAG Olympic Way, they began the week of the 18th. And so now we're into the second full week. So the points will be finalized, and Olympic Way and JAG White are this in the same category. JAG Blue and JAG Gold are also in the same category, but they are separated.
So to Connor's question.
So it's $100 per point that is not fulfilled. That is what the penalty is.
Those.
So no, when you sign up for a bingo, that is your confirmation. If there is a spot that is available and you fill that spot, that is your confirmation that that you are in.
Okay.
So we're just reading one of these questions to make sure we answer it correctly here. So I'll talk a little bit around this point, and I'm not sure that I'll answer exactly what is being asked. But so the points system is built on a number of shifts that are required to run the summit. Sorry, the number of sessions that are required to run the summit, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Every session has a certain number of positions allocated to it. And so we know that it's 50 shifts to run the fundamentals meet. We know that to run the speed meet, it is 300 shifts. And so we know it's 50 shifts to run the mini pro. So I'm giving you a roundabout number. It's not exactly that, but we know that it's 400 shifts to run everything that is required in the fall. We know that based on how many swimmers we have and how many points you're allocated, that there are enough shifts for everybody to cover off everything that it is that is needed to run the summit. So group move ups throughout the year. Sometimes they happen, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, if we do move ups, it will be in January. We typically don't like to do move ups in the spring. It's just too late in the year. And it's challenging for the kids to make a move for the last few months of the year. So we don't. So if they do happen, it will be January. That would be something like perhaps somebody moving from JAG White into JAG Gold, that sort of thing. Potentially might happen. And we will certainly let you know if that's in the works ahead of time, so you can make plans to change your schedule. I think last year we had at Christmas time 6 kids move from Olympic Way to JAG Gold, and that was a lot. It was a lot of swimmers at that point of the year. So we'll certainly keep you informed if we sort of see that coming, for sure.
Yeah. So there's just a question. Veer answered Vera Sear, our bingo coordinator, answered one of the questions about bingos. Bingos are not for points that you work a bingo. It's actually money in your account, which you can use. Question regarding points and where you find the information. So I just sent the link inside the chat. And again, what you'll see up there is last year's information until you are sent this year's information, but it will all be listed on that particular page. And yes, you do get points for shadowing shifts. It's part of as you move up through our program, your swimmers move up with their skill level and the demand put on them, the number of sessions, swim meets, and so on. There is an expectation that our families and our parents move up in terms of their officiating certification. And so part of being certified does require shadowing in certain shifts to in certain instances to be able to become certified. So yes, you do receive points for shadowing when you're doing those shifts. We're not expected to just volunteer for those, so you do get points for those.
As far as the JAG Blue move to championship mid-season, that doesn't happen so often. It's a little bit more challenging. There's a bit of a big jump that way, but there's always potential. Obviously nothing's completely decided, but there is potential if we see swimmers headed in that direction to possibly train, for example, maybe Saturday mornings with the champ kids as a way of sort of eventually working their way there. We don't really have a set system on this sort of thing. It's kind of like if someone is obviously ready to go, we'll make it happen. So that's typically those champ moves won't happen until next fall.
Yeah. So there was a question about these passes, and it might just have been somebody who came on late, but so this was the pass that was emailed to you. And yes, all of the swimmers will be getting a bag tag pass or bag tag that they'll be able to put onto their mesh bag or onto their backpack would be better. So you will be getting those fairly shortly.
Mm-hmm.
So information about registering for various courses, again, that's coming out in an email later tonight or tomorrow morning. Yeah, so no, there was a question here about being certified or having taken courses before. Those certifications carry through and are you're able to use those this year. You're not required to do them over again. There is an obligation on all of our members' parts to take a new officiating course every year. So if you've got a bunch already from a previous program, that's great. You can just move on and take something new this year. But all of your previous certifications, unless they've expired for some reason, if you've taken with another club, they all still apply here with Cascade. Okay. Great. So I'm just looking.
Did we answer everything?
I think that we've answered anything that popped up in the chat. Yeah, so the Team Aquatic Shark Card is available. It's on our website if you'd like to go and download a copy of it, or just carry it in your phone. I'll just show you shortly where that is. And we'll just keep this chat open here to see if anything else pops up while I'm looking for that.
Yes, we will send the recorded session out as well.
Yeah. So this will be on the YouTube page for Cascade, and we will send you the link to it. Yeah, I'll just go back here. So I'll just show you where you can find the Shark Card on our website, so that you can go and get your discount at Team Aquatic Supplies. So if you go to the Cascade website and you look under 2020, it says 2023. We just haven't updated that. And then in the members section, you go down to swim gear, and you'll see Team Aquatic supplies. You'll see if you want to order online, Shark Card password. This is our unique password to get the discount, or you can download the Shark Card here just by clicking on here. And this is the brand new card. Expires at the end of August 2024. Okay, so you just carry a copy of that on your phone or however you like. But this is the code CAS050 when shopping online with Team Aquatic Supplies. Okay. Great. Okay, so we've got any final questions from anybody? Just throw them in the chat, kind of wrapping up here now. We will, as we said, and I've said a number of times, you're getting an email very shortly with some more details about the points. The video link that was sent out to you earlier today, I would encourage you to please watch that video. It's just about 14 minutes long. It explains the points program. It walks you through the points roadmap, showing you how you can get your points for this season. All of these details will be on the website as well. But at any time, if you have any questions about that, please reach out to the Cascade office through email, office@cascadeswimming.com. Call us 403-263-SWIM, which is 403-263-7946. Come and see us on Tuesdays, 10 to 2, or Thursdays, 4:30 to 7. And we'd be happy to answer any of those questions that you might have.
And I just wanted to say, oh, sorry.
So for volunteering, do you have to be like a water? No, you don't have to have any swimming background to work at a swimming competition. There are a few jobs, and again, that's in the video that it talks quickly about that require no certification, such as working in hospitality, working on a webcast, being a camera operator. But there are other positions that you are required to take the course, whether you take it online or you take it in person. Some, no problem taking them online. Other courses, you should do them in person. But once you have that, again, you don't have to have any swimming background to take those courses, nor do you have to have any swimming background yourself personally to officiate at one of the swim meets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do want to say just how excited all of the coaches are. And, we're in our first week here, and we're into our second week, I should say, but it's been really, the groups are looking great and the kids are just looking awesome. So your coaches are very excited about the year coming up, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And it's a very exciting year for the program, and it's going to be a very exciting year for your swimmers as well. You may be new to the sport. The sort of ultimate level that swimmers strive for in our sport at the very, very highest levels, Olympic Games. This year is the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. We actually have 3 members of the club right now that were at the games in 2020 in Tokyo, and a few other athletes that will be vying for their first ever trip to the Olympic Games. So on that part, it's very exciting. It's very exciting to be part of an organization that has swimmers like that, and inspiration, and somebody to look up to for your young swimmers. And notwithstanding that they're going to have their very own and exciting season as well. So thank you everybody for coming on this call. We really appreciate it. We hope that you've gotten a good insight into how things will be working for the JAG and Olympic Way programs. But if you have a question about the technical side of the program, what they're doing in swimming, dryland swim meets, please talk to one of your coaches. If it is more administrative in nature, such as points, volunteering, bingos, you can either contact bingo at Cascade Swimming if it's specific about that, or any of the other administrative pieces you can contact at office@cascadeswimming.com. My final point would be that you do receive a number of emails from the program, whether it's from your coach, accounting, or the office. We do try and ensure as best we can that we're only sending you information that you need to have. So it is important that you read through on those emails, particularly as it concerns to your account or your points. We have had occasion in the past where people have felt that they haven't seen the information or gotten the information. So it is really important that you do take a look at those emails, and that if anything is unclear, if you're unsure if it applies to you in any capacity whatsoever, please contact us at the office at cascadeswimming.com. So thank you, everybody, and have a great night.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.